Cool. All right. Just get my... Yeah, I gotta do my vocal exercises.
Gotta get into the right headspace.
Toy boat.
Oh, shit, I didn't realise that on Luke's rider it says he's got his 20 minutes of meditation before
red
the start
lorry,
of the show.
yellow lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry.
She sells seashells on the seashore.
She sells seashells on the seashore. She sells seashells on the seashore.
You
She
fucked it
sells
up.
seashells
You
on the
fucked it up.
seashore. She sells seashells on the seashore.
You're saying seashells.
She sells... Yeah, she sells seashells.
You're an idiot.
That's what you're supposed to say.
Do your fucking intro.
Hello everyone and welcome to Playing Favourites, the podcast in which I and my good friend Harry discuss our favourites on a variety of different topics. My name is Luke, my favourite colour is Quicksilver, my favourite animal is a robin, and my favourite co-host is...
I'm gonna need to check the recording. Did you
Why?
say my name is Loot?
Luke.
Loot. Did you say
My
Loot?
name is Luke.
I swear.
I'm your honourable bard for this episode.
Honestly, man, I know you will have said Luke. I
Using the powers of musical manipulation, much like that one lady from Heroes.
From Heroes?
Yeah, the TV show.
Wow,
Heroes.
that is not where I expected this show to start.
I couldn't think of another character who can control music. There's definitely music-based superheroes, right?
Isn't there someone in Greek mythology who plays the? It's not the lyre. It's like he plays.
You're thinking of Orpheus, not Orpheus.
There's someone who is related to the underworld.
Yeah, it is Orpheus. I'm a genius.
Yeah, but what does he do?
He plays the lyre.
Yeah, and I know he plays the lyre, but what does he do?
He doesn't have
Doesn't he use it to get out
powers.
of? You use it to get out of the underworld.
I think you're correct. He plays it for Hades. God, we could just be talking complete shit right now and just Anyway, this episode's about superpowers.
I mean, there's a lot of.
So we're
Well, hang on,
right.
hold on. We're about to get on to what is a superpower.
Obviously.
Do Greek deities and heroes? Do they have superpowers?
Well,
are they
a
superheroes?
lot of them have been adopted for a lot of super heroic based media, right? Consider Norse mythology very popular right now.
True.
Not even as mythology, specifically as the people like Thor.
Thor: Love and Thunder coming out 2022.
Yeah. Loki just came out too.
Oh yeah.
It features literally one character from Norse mythology. You could watch the entirety of the Loki series and not know that he's, based on a Norse god.
I'm sorry, you're telling me that Owen Wilson isn't from the Norse myth?
He could be.
Are you telling me that strange animated clock isn't from one of the original texts?
I mean, look, I'm not fully aware of the sagas, but I'm pretty confident.
Okay.
Right, Harry, I want you to do me a favour.
Go on.
Because I know you haven't done this yet, because we've talked about it.
Okay.
Please Google list of superpowers, and when you find the powerlisting.fandom.com page,
yes. Okay.
Please go there,
I've clicked on
and I want to hear your immediate reaction when you scroll, you scroll.
So, right, I'm on it. It's powerlisting.fandom.com, link will be in the show notes. Let's do some powers and abilities. There's a big picture of a bunch of what looks like DC characters.
DC heroes, yeah.
I've accidentally clicked on an ad. Many universes feature characters attributed with superhuman, supernatural, or paranormal abilities.
You don't need to read it all out. Just scroll.
Oh, wait, you want me to scroll?
Yeah, just scroll. Just scroll for a while.
Types of power. I'm seeing the words plant merging.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Keep scrolling.
I'm seing nail manipulation. Hold on.
Keep scrolling.
I'm seeing self-sustenance. I'm seeing powerful bite.
There's thousands of
enhanced
listings.
Thievery.
What about tachyon mimicry?
What does that mean? I'm seeing.
This is a picture of a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
It's a Yu-Gi-Oh card. I'm seeing omniscience, ESP.
What the?
Precognition. Empathy is apparently a superpower.
Empathy, the superpower.
That's a superpower we all have in our hearts.
This is genuinely terrifying. This is a documentation of anything that could potentially be defined as a superpower or a supernatural. What about transcendent physiology?
Fucking Christ, the names, man.
Which would... wait, hold on. Greek deity physiology. Here we go.
There we go. It's
so all Greek deities, they're superheroes.
Fruit/vegetable manipulation.
If you have fruit manipulation, you've got a superpower.
Exactly, that's what we did in episode 1.
Everything is here. And it has, different categories. It has, hold on, let me see if I can find it. Yeah, types of powers. So it's got concept-based powers, function-based powers, mechanism-based powers, source-based powers, or unfathomable powers.
Oh my, yeah, okay, we're getting into some like Lovecraftian stuff there.
Yeah.
Luke, I've had an idea. We're going to do a shrunk down version of a recurring bit that I have named. I thought of a name. Okay. So think about, remember the emoji episode, remember non-Olympic sports where we put together these little lists, right?
Okay, yeah.
We need to put together our own Avengers team, okay? But maybe it's not going to be a lot. It's not going to be a long one, maybe like 4, what should we say, 4 or 5?
Yeah, let's go 5, Justice League style.
Okay, yeah, Justice League. Okay, this is a recurring bit that I think needs a name, and I want to propose the name to you. How do you feel? So it's us choosing the ones that can stay, disregarding the rest, and I think the bit should be called Playing God. How do you feel about that?
I don't love it. I'm not
God.
like huge on it.
No?
But I don't hate it.
Okay,
The thing about it being called Playing God is it does imply that we are like removing all others from existence.
Yeah, we're choosing the ones that get to stay, and in this case, go into our little Justice League team.
Yeah, let's go.
Also, I'm pretty sure there's 6 members of the Justice League. Just backtracking on a comment you made a moment ago.
There's the big 3.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman.
Yeah.
And then usually there's 2 others.
But
or there can be more. Like, the Flash and Cyborg are in it in the
Yeah.
most recent Justice League movie.
Uh-huh.
The
And
name
Ben
is Sixth
Affleck,
Member.
Ben Affleck says 6 chairs and gestures, and then Wonder Woman goes, but room for more. Number 6, Luke, like the musical. Okay, we'll go with 5.
But there's only 5 people.
But he says 6 chairs.
Right?
He says 6 chairs, but room
Hold
for
on.
more.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking, am I missing
Superman,
something?
Batman, Wonder Woman, Cyborg, Flash, you.
There's no one else there. There's
the audience.
there's a room for you, the viewer.
Yeah, for the cameraman to sit down.
Oh, Aquaman!
Yeah. Okay, yeah, we got it.
I really like Aquaman. I just forgot.
Whatever. Look, he's a meme. Okay.
Aquaman's cool.
Well, who makes our looking at powerlisting.fandom, who makes our 5? Wait,
are we choosing 5 superheroes, or are we
5
choosing 5
powers.
superpowers? Jesus Christ, Harry. Well, okay, right. Well, you might disagree with this.
Okay.
Get rid of all vision-based powers.
What do you mean by that? As in, like
X-ray
heat
vision, X-ray vision.
Yeah, okay.
The only one that I could potentially give room for is, like, clairvoyancy. Or like time vision, right? Like,
not needed though. Not unnecessary. That one is like, yeah, fine, I guess.
what is omnipotence a superpower? Like, could I have the powers of God? Is that my superpower?
Is God a superhero? Was Jesus a superhero?
I have difficulty answering that question.
Okay, yeah. Maybe that's a little bit too philosophical.
What about
playing favorites?
Omniscience?
What, all knowing?
As in the knowledge of, yeah.
I kind of like that because that kind of plays into like clairvoyance, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe we need like a knowledge based hero on our
yeah,
team.
I think someone with omniscience would be a good shout.
We're starting with omniscience, but there would be like some kind of limiting factor on it. Like, you know, there would
most superpowers do.
The longer they think about it, you know, their head's gonna explode.
Gonna
So it's really risky. Yeah, it's like really dangerous for them to use it. But in like moments of great danger, it can be important.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Cool.
That's a good start. So we've got like the thinker one. We need like a
we need just a brick shit house.
Yeah, just like a huge, like your Hulk or your
Can we have like just indestructibility?
Well, like Luke Cage.
Yeah, like, well, I mean, he's kind of destructible. He's mostly indestructible. I'm thinking more like, you know, Superman.
Oh, okay. Who
is pretty much just nigh invulnerable.
Well, what are we saying? Are we saying like, what's the power? You know,
right, it would be
enhanced physical skills. Oh my god, we're saying powerful bite. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, he's got a powerful bite. Or invulnerability or immutability is one that is.
What's immutability?
Immutability is immune from alteration by any outside force.
Yeah, well, I think invulnerability.
It's a subpower of Omnilock, of course.
Yeah, I was just thinking.
Dude, Omnilock seems pretty good. The power to exist outside of everything.
Omnilock is the villain who this team is fighting against. I've decided. What a cool villain name. Oh no, Omnilock isn't the villain. It sounds like the Villainous Corporation.
Yeah, it does sound more like a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if it actually gives you a list of like people. Oh no, it does. Here you go.
What we got?
A list of religious figures who are omnipresent. God.
Oh yeah, there you go. Okay.
Anyway, we need a word for indestructible. I guess invulnerability is the one that it lists here. Okay, hold on. I found it. I found what we're looking for.
Okay.
Absolute body is what it's listed at.
Absolute body.
the power to have limitless physical attributes and capabilities.
Yeah, that's it. Sounds a lot less cooler than invulnerability, but...
But, I mean, you are invulnerable as one of the points of absolute body.
So what, on this list, I'm putting omniscience and then absolute body?
Yes.
Right, okay, fine. Please, God, let us move on.
Look, I know what the answer to this is, ultimately, but I want to pose the question.
Okay.
Being really smart isn't a superpower.
Agreed, in most cases.
Like, what if I'm just really good at guessing? Is that a superpower?
Then you're not smart. You're
like,
just
if
lucky.
you get... Well, no, but like... Okay, look. I want to posit something, right?
Uh-huh.
If you gave me a coin, and I could 100% of the time guess the right answer to that coin flip, is that a superpower?
No, you're Domino from the X-Men.
I guess that... Well, no, because I'm not manipulating luck. I'm just right every time.
You're just getting lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that is a superpower. Like, assuming...
I guess by definition, is supernatural and therefore a superpower, right?
But then is it? Like, you could just, in theory, it wouldn't be impossible for me to... Like, if I flipped a coin 8 times in a row and got it right every time, there is no superpower happening here, but that's really impressive. Like, that's like, wow.
That is supernatural.
That's remarkable, yeah.
It's decidedly above average.
Yeah, like, you know, and so you just scale that up to, like, 15 times.
The thing is, yeah, it is just one of those powers where, like, sure, yeah, that would be a superpower, until you got it wrong.
Exactly,
like, just once.
But then again, like, you know, Superman is Superman until he gets shot with a kryptonite bullet. You know, like,
I've got a coin here, Harry.
Okay.
And we're going to test it.
Okay.
One of us two might have absolute luck.
Let's see. I'm calling tails, always.
I'm going to call heads, because otherwise we lose all drama.
Okay. Tails never fails. Psst, hey, guess along at home. It's relevant later in the podcast.
It's heads.
Okay.
You just have to trust me on this one.
Yeah, don't worry. Okay, well now we got to test it again.
Yeah, okay, this one's going to be heads as well. It's heads again.
Okay, alright, one more.
I'm going to get heads again.
One more, then we're leaving it.
But we can't. We have to just keep going until I get it wrong.
You'll lose the magic.
It's tails.
Did you? Okay.
Neither of us have absolute luck. I'm sorry.
Damn.
Well, you know. That's
you
okay.
at home, I hope you were guessing along.
Yeah. Well, I could do like 8 other coin flips.
Just do one more, Luke. Okay, guess at home. Guess at home.
For you guys at home, that's a heads.
Heads, okay.
And one more.
One more.
Luck. That's a tails.
Okay. If
any of you got all 5 of them in a row, go buy a lottery ticket, but put our names on it.
Exactly, and email in playingfavoritspodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, I want to know. I want to know if some... I mean, it's just law of large numbers, right?
Basically, if we reach enough people, there will be those, and that is how we will assemble our team of superheroes.
If you got them all right, you are number 3 on our team. I've skipped past the thinker. We've got absolute luck.
I put, you at home. No, absolute luck. Okay, I like that.
What is the name for that? There must be one on this page.
I found yin and yang manipulation. Is this it?
Yeah, I don't... That would be like karmic.
Capabilities, natural dualities of polar opposites or seemingly contrary forces that are interconnected and interdependent in the natural world and how they give rise to each other in turn in relation to each other.
Yes.
What the fuck?
I understand.
We've made distinct natural dualities, dark and light, female
hold
and male,
on.
low and high,
Maybe we want something like supernatural intelligence. That's listed here. It's the subpower of supernatural mind, which is also a subpower of supernatural condition, which is a combination of supernatural mind and supernatural body.
Look, it's taking superpowers and making them boring. How is this happening?
I love this shit, though. This is my kind of...
I know, but it's not good podcast. We've recorded. I'm live editing the show in my mind. Literally, I'm like, all right, we're done on this one. Just fucking
okay.
And you're there, like absolute body. It's got to be this. Like,
it has to be absolute body.
Yeah, I've noted it down as absolute body. It's fine. Anyway, I want to move this along. So I've just found a very cool area. This is physical or mental domination, which sounds hot. But also, what I'm looking at is I've lost it now. Dream manipulation.
Okay,
cool. There's also astral trapping, emotion manipulation, fear inducement, memory manipulation,
like
mind control, mindscape transportation.
Mindscape?
Yeah.
Is it? Where is this?
This is
all in mental...
Physical or mental domination is the title.
Physical or mental domination?
You've got siren song, social cloaking, belief inducement, possession. Which of the... We've got to get one of these in here. And this is like your sort of dark, edgy character where like they stretch morality.
Okay, well, the thing is, right? So what? So far we've got...
Omniscience, absolute body,
absolute
look.
And absolute look.
Yeah.
The other two can just be whatever. Because that's kind of how they do it in the Justice League, right? Superman can kind of just do everything.
Yeah, and then it's like, right.
And then you got like a smart guy.
You've got fish, speed, smarts, and a lady. Like
yeah, and then so now we can.
Oh, one of them's a robot.
The other two guys can just have cool powers.
Yeah. Okay. Well, in that case, I want to get like dream manipulation. What would be the
dream manipulation's kind of sick.
Mindscape.
I was gonna say mindscape transportation. Sounds pretty.
I have no idea what it is. Let's get it in there. Mindscape transportation.
Convert physical matter into thought waves. Yeah, bro.
That sounds sick.
I don't know what that means.
That would be like taking like an orange and then like putting that orange into someone's mind and making them think about it.
Okay, so they've got some other names for this power. One of them is Dream Prism. All right, we'll take Mindscape transportation. Yeah, sure. Man. Why not? Right, we need one more then.
Okay,
one more guy for our team, and he can have whatever. Like, who cares?
Interesting that you gendered them as a him. I think that says a lot about superhero culture.
Well, it's because the rest of our team is all ladies, obviously.
Oh, okay, yeah. So we're flipping the genre on its head.
Token male,
token man. Okay, well we've got like
we need a travel guy.
Travel guy.
We don't have a travel guy.
We need to go to like the holiday agents. What do you mean by travel?
No, we just don't. We don't have anyone who can like move really fast.
Okay, I've got. There's a section for flight, which is flight, gliding, levitation, and wing manifestation.
Let's go for like a cool transportation, not just like can fly. Like I'm thinking like teleportation.
Okay, don't worry about it, Luke. There is a transportation or travel.
Don't worry,
section.
I'm also looking at that.
Yeah,
What about summoning?
What about escape artistry?
Like Houdini.
Yeah, like what?
That's not the idea. Dude, well, this is a fucking Mitchell & Webb sketch where like it's the angel summoner and guy on a skateboard.
But yeah, this is ridiculous. Okay. Well, I picked Mindscape transportation. Which of these calls to you? And I'll sign off on it.
I do kind of like the idea of having a dude who can summon.
Yeah? Well, like summon...
Yeah, and just like he can't travel really fast.
Yeah.
But he can just be like, alright, I'm summoning. Let's go.
Well, I'm summoning a bus, and then we can get the bus to the location.
Yeah, like, I was thinking he could summon people, but...
Oh, okay. So he can teleport people, like...
Yeah.
Right, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, okay. So he's the summoner. We've got the summoner supreme.
Like, he can't teleport or anything. He can't teleport himself. Yeah. So he has to, like, get the bike to wherever he needs to go.
He's the king of... When the fight starts going wrong, he finally arrives on his motorcycle.
Yeah.
Like,
he's the perfect Uber.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to get in. He just goes there.
And then he's like, right, the number 6 leaves in 20 minutes. Okay, that's perfect. That's our team, Luke. That's our team.
Oh, wow. Okay, fantastic.
We've got omniscience, we've got absolute body, we've got absolute look, we've got mindscape transportation, and we've got summoner.
We never had a smart guy.
Well, omniscience is smart.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, it's the most smart.
Exactly. Omni-smart. That's their superhero name.
The lady with omniscience could invent everything.
You're right. They could basically do all of the things that that others can do. They could think of a way of how to become super strong or super lucky. Well, look, I made a joke. I said that Omni-Smart is the name of it's the superhero name of the omniscient one.
Yeah.
What's the hero names for the others? We've got absolute.
Let's go to it.
Absolute body.
Honestly, that could just be their name.
Absolute body. It reminds me of Absolute Unit. Like,
yeah,
I was thinking, like, just call them like.
Can they be a robot? Can we have a robot?
Yeah. Okay. Well, like cyborg style.
No, they're a robot. Like an android. Ties in with last episode too.
Their name is Mrs. Robot, like the TV show Mr. Robot.
Okay, but they're married.
Ms. Robot.
Ms. Robot.
There we go. We've got we've got absolute luck.
Okay.
What's their like?
Their name's gonna be
like Lucky Charms. Like
heads or tails.
Heads or tails. Wait, maybe it's
maybe they're two people.
Heads and tails.
Heads and tails.
Yes.
And together
they're super lucky.
they cover. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know how
And that's their weakness, is if you separate them.
Then they become unlucky. Or no, like
That's
one
perfect.
thing starts happening. It's always
exactly.
option B.
It's always So if tails is there, it's always tails, and if heads is there, it's always heads.
Yeah.
But
So
if you have them both, they can control it.
that's good. That's a concept, man. That's good.
Yeah.
Mindscape transportation.
Right, that's a harder one.
Yeah.
Can we just call them Dream, named after the Minecraft YouTuber?
Who my sister is very big. She's telling me about Dream.
Can we call them Dream, and then in brackets, Minecraft?
Dream MC.
Dream MC. That's pretty good. MC
Yeah.
Dream.
MC Dream. Okay.
And they are a master of ceremonies.
Yeah,
in their spare
okay.
time.
Okay. MC Dream. That's their name. That's where they get their superhero name from. They're called
Mhm.
MC Dream, and then they get
That's
superpowers.
good. I like that one.
This is law. Okay. And then finally we've got Summoner,
Who is
like
just a guy who rides the bus.
bus, like Ghost Rider. Bus rider.
Bus driver.
Bus driver.
No, he should be like escort or something like that, or like courier.
Courier. That's so boring, though.
Yeah, I know. He's a boring guy. He
Yeah.
can
Okay.
teleport
Right.
people.
It'll be called like
Uber.
Uber man.
Lift.
Uber. Yeah. This is the man. Lift.
Mm-hmm. Uber man is almost good, but also we can't.
Okay.
That's too much.
Okay. Fine. Yeah. No.
Lift.
Heavy lifter, and it's lift spelled like the company.
We can't call him heavy lifter.
Okay.
Quick lift.
Quick lift. That sounds like a company. Okay, I'll go quick lift, but lift spelled like the word, not the company.
That's fine, yeah.
There we go. No, I've decided it's actually quick/lift, and they're two separate people.
Why are they all two different people?
No, it's just them and heads and tails. And so it's like lift.
Yeah,
can,
but how does their power work?
So lift can transport them, but it takes a long time. Whereas quick can power the spell and make it happen quickly.
Make it done.
Make it.
Yeah, right.
There you go. Omnismart,
Sure.
Ms. Robot, Heads and Tails, MC Dream, and Quick and Lift.
Hey, Quick and Lift are easily my least favourite. They just suck. They wouldn't be in very many of the comic strips.
This throws off our token male narrative. Which ones are they both
shit.
men?
They're twin brothers.
Twin brothers. Okay, that's fine. And the rest are all women.
And Heads and Tails aren't related. It's just coincidence.
No, how are they like bound together? They have to be in like an.
Because it's luck. It was just luck.
It was luck.
It was just coincidence.
Yeah, right place, right time. This is. Yeah, I think they've got. We could do something with them. Maybe we
Heads
shouldn't.
and Tails have potential.
Maybe we shouldn't release this episode. We'll hold on to this one. That's gold. That's actually gold. If you want to, man, if you want to like do stuff with these,
make your own artwork of Heads and Tails.
Stuff. Yeah,
but not Quick and Lift.
Leave them out. Just do like a stick man. You know, just like you can leave out the detail on that. We don't care.
I want to see Miss Robot though.
Miss Robot, MC Dream. MC Dream sounds sick. You could do some.
MC Dream is kind of sick.
Omnismart, cool, man.
Well, now what do we talk about?
Like, have you ever read comics? Have you ever like? Because
I've read a few. Superheroes aren't only in comics. Let's get that out of the way. There's a lot of superheroes in like video games, and like the thing is, superheroes is such a weird thing, right?
Yeah.
Because these kind of powers that we're talking about at the moment, right? They're traditionally associated with superheroes, right? From comic books.
Yeah.
But also, like every piece of fiction has like picture of Dorian Gray, right?
Yeah.
Like. It's not a good power. It's pretty bad for the guy in the end of the thing. But it is a superpower. He has, like, immortality, essentially.
There you go. I suppose that is a superpower.
Yeah, what about metamorphosis? Guy turns into a cockroach.
Is that a superpower?
He doesn't do it willingly, but I think it's pretty supernatural.
I suppose. It's like, I don't know, power. How much control do you have to have over the power for it to be a superpower? There is this is the most bizarre reference I've made. In one of the, if anyone's seen the YouTube series Astuff Movie, there's a guy who, and it's a non sequitur, quirky 2009 humor thing.
Tree Man.
There you go, Tree Man. Tree powers activate, and then he turns into a tree.
Mm.
And it's like is he just a tree now?
He's just a tree.
Because literally, and then Tom Scar, the creator, did a breakdown of every joke in ASDF movie, or ASDF movie, depending on how you say it. And literally, he did a death count, and he was like, "Does he turn into a tree? Is the transformation permanent? We don't know, but we're counting it as a death, but not a murder, and not a manslaughter." And so, like, it's canonically filed under death.
As a death.
Yeah.
Which implies, like, permanent.
Exactly. Well,
like, he's just a tree now.
Unless, as well as tree powers, he also has necromancy powers, which I don't know how that would work.
Or, like, tree manipulation powers.
Tree manipulation. Oh, I mean, if there's plant and vegetable...
Plant manipulation, yeah.
Yeah, if that's on there, then why not, right? I mean, I do kind of like it when superheroes... That's kind of one of the reasons why I like the mutants and the Inhumans in Marvel Comics, because sometimes they just get
way more interesting powers, yeah.
Yeah, it's not all just, like, invulnerability or whatever. It's like in the awful Inhumans TV show, there's a guy who just has a projector for a face. And he, like, out of his weird projector eyes, like, projects onto a wall. And it's like, this is a shit superpower, but, like, that's interesting. Like, it's actually just, like, something.
My Hero Academia is pretty good for that.
Yeah, weird, really weird.
And they just, like, a lot of people who just have, like, don't get me wrong, there's some people who is like, I've got a cool power that's just good. But most people have cool powers that have, like, pretty significant and realistic, so to speak, drawbacks. And I do find that quite interesting.
Yeah, I mean, like, one of the... And I kind of brings it into, like, I think there's a good middle ground of, like, sometimes, like, a power can be so unique or weird that it's not particularly interesting. Like, you couldn't give it to a superhero or something, but as, like, a side character or someone they bump into, it's like, oh, he's got a projector for a face. Oh, it's interesting. It's quirky.
That's cool.
And then on the other side, you've got the heroes, but it's like your Superman, who's like, okay, he's super strong and he can fly, and it's kind of like superhero material, but it's kind of dull. And I think there's a middle ground of, like, really interesting concepts. The best example I can come up with, which isn't my favorite superpower because, I mean, he's my favorite superhero, but it's not the episode, is Daredevil. The Marvel Comics character, who is a lawyer who is blind, so it's the justice is blind kind of idea. However, all of his other senses are so heightened, it basically goes beyond sight. You know, he can smell something from a block away, he can hear from multiple miles away, he can, you know, taste from the molecules in the air what you had for dinner last night. And it's so quirky and weird, but it's so adaptable and can be used in so many fascinating ways, to the point where he can be a really effective superhero. And, like, because he's blind, but he can fight with you, he can feel the air moving, he can sense, you know, as you shift and move through the air if you throw something, which is a great superpower, great concept, unique. It ticks all the boxes. And so, like, you know, like that sits in this perfect middle ground, I think, of the balance of weirdness and uniqueness.
I agree,
and intrigue.
Like, I do like those kind of mundane powers that become more interesting by the way they're applied, so to speak.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a good example of it.
Well, you better do, because I've expended my one rant of the episode, so...
So I've actually been playing in a tabletop campaign recently, where we are playing as superheroes with our own superpowers.
Okay.
Character I've been playing, his name's Black Hole Sun.
Nice. Like the song.
Like the song, yeah. And he has the power of gravity manipulation.
Ooh, okay.
And what I've slowly learned over time, as I've played this character for longer and longer, is that what I thought originally was a kind of niche power that, you know, would enable me to do a couple of cool things, is actually just incredibly busted. Because the thing about gravity is it's kind of everywhere.
It is one of the
all the time.
Major forces,
the fundamental forces of the universe.
Yeah.
Because, like, originally when I was imagining it, I was like, I'll be able to, like, stop bullets with gravity. And, you know, I'll be able to fly with gravity.
Yeah.
And then that slowly became, I can instantly transport myself across the entire galaxy just because, you know, make gravity light. And I just go.
Make gravity so dense it forms a wormhole, and then hop in the wormhole, and then go
essentially.
to the planet.
It's like, wow.
Yeah, that's actually a great way of summarizing it, is mundane powers that when you think about them have all these different applications. Like, I mean, and then also, equally, and as I'm saying this, my favorite is tumbling and hangs in the balance. And I think equally, if it's interesting enough, there must be interesting ways to counter it as well. If it's so interesting, you know, it's one thing to, like, okay, Daredevil's powers are really intriguing, have lots of different applications, but how do you beat them? You don't really do it
in a soundproof room.
Yeah, like what do you? How do you, there's not really an interesting like go-to clever solution or any. Yeah,
and not like a cop out. You can't just kryptonite him.
I was gonna say like there's nothing. Whereas like I'm struggling for example.
Doesn't Daredevil get like flashbanged at some point? Doesn't he lose his powers?
At one point in the not so good season 2 of the Daredevil TV show, he briefly loses his hearing, but then it just sort of comes back, and it's like,
oh, that's alright then.
So good for him. Good for you, Matt Murdock.
Yeah, he's alright.
Like okay, on the Defenders, so like Kilgrave in Jessica Jones,
he's got
suggestion powers where he tells you to do something and you have to do it. You have this overwhelming compulsion that's basically impossible to fight. However, there's one bit where I suppose this is spoilers for Jessica Jones season 1. At one point he says someone put a bullet in your head, and just as an offhanded thing as he's legging it out of a room, and then Jessica Jones runs over to them and she grabs a bullet off the floor and just pops it in their mouth. It's like, okay, you put a bullet in your head. All right, let's go. Like you did the thing. We've got to move on, and that's enough to like. So the character doesn't have to shoot
themselves in the head.
Yeah, and so it's like a clever literally just like a split-second thing. Yeah, but it's like, that's clever.
It's like a reverse genie wish.
Yeah, there you go. It's like, they found the little counter there, and that's interesting.
I like that.
I think that's what makes a good superpower is having having that kind of balance. I think is good.
Yeah, having something that is both like reasonably not just like. I mean, something that's not just like omniscience, right?
Yeah.
I really like characters who have kind of in like those kind of vision, intelligence-based powers, but they can only see through certain things. I'm trying to think of an example. I know there is like characters who can like see through all cameras.
Ooh, okay.
And shit like that. Like, they have that power, like total surveillance.
Yeah.
But there's still that kind of limiting factor there, right? Like, well, if there's no cameras around, they never saw it. They never knew.
True. That feels like that's your kind of character. That's your mutant or inhuman that you'd get to help out for one story. You know? Because you couldn't pin like your Avengers team on that.
Imagine if you had a guy who could like see through the eyes of all birds.
We call him Birdman.
Birdman, yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's
like that would be a really good power situationally.
Yeah, I think they fall into this category. Oh god, you can almost cook up one of your awful alignment charts with this of like intriguing but niche. But not usable in every circumstance.
Let's go. Alignment chart.
No, we can't. We've got to get to the listeners.
Not again. Never again.
I can't do it again. We've got to wait at least 30 episodes between alignment charts. But, there's all kinds of sort of different... And then, as I said, like, the best powers, I think, lie in this sort of...
middle ground.
Yeah, of like the middle of everything. It's not too niche. It's not too generic. It's not. It's easily counterable. It's easily applied. It's that's the golden spot.
I think it's someone who has just the most niche and useless superpower.
It's this projector face from Inhumans.
I mean, yeah, that's
or like
fair.
Any of the generic. And I have to state by here that I'm much more familiar with Marvel and DC, which is probably why this episode's weighted more towards that.
Yeah, I mean, same.
But like in the in X-Men every now and then there'll just be a dude who's like he's got claws. There's 1-inch Spike Man who he just has little spikes that come out of everywhere, and or it's just like, okay, what are we doing here?
You know what's kind of fucked up?
What?
I know you know this. The viewers might not know this. The goo that gives Daredevil his superpowers.
Yeah.
Is the same goo that turns the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Is that canonically
I believe that is canon, yes.
Daredevil, TMNT, goo.
And it really feels like one of them got the raw end of the deal there.
Which ones?
Daredevil's blind!
And a superhero!
Yeah! And the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are not blind and are superheroes.
Yeah, but they have a weaker power. Come on, man.
What do you mean they have a weaker power? They grew sentience. They were just regular turtles.
I suppose for a turtle, that's quite good.
Yeah, like, if you go from human to really good human, from turtle to super intelligent turtle, who also is a ninja, like, I feel like that's That's a big get for you.
I mean, however, like it would have been good if they too got like super heightened senses and as well as sentience.
Like maybe not like to the extreme extent that Daredevil does, but they're clearly like they're above the average human, I would say.
Well, when it comes to senses.
Well, let's have a look.
Because they got
at Leonardo.
Like Daredevil got sensors. They got sensei.
They did get Splinter. You're right. Yeah. They got Tor.
Did he also get the goo?
No, he was just born like that.
He was a man transformed into a rat.
I'm trying to find out where yeah. You made this joke, and I was really wondering. I was like, wait, hold on. You were right. Master Splinter did used to be a dude, like a human dude.
Wait, did he?
Yeah.
Oh man, okay.
He buys 4 baby turtles.
Yeah.
And then he gets, like, the fucking, like, mutagen that turns the turtles into the mutant turtles, transforms him into a mutant rat. So again, he got the raw end of the deal.
I suppose so.
The turtles really just constantly make it out well on this one.
Yeah, I mean, like, good for them, I suppose. Like, it worked out well, in the end.
Now, would you say, ignore the fact that they have, like, ninja powers, right?
Yeah.
Okay, ignore that. If the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were just human-shaped turtles...
Human-shaped turtles?
Like, they had human intellect and, like, they had the same strength and, durability as a human.
Yeah.
Is that a superpower?
Wait, human-shaped turtles? I can't get this out of my mind.
Like, as in they are anthropomorphic, sorry.
They are.
Yeah, no, I know, but I'm saying, is that a superpower?
What, being anthropomorphic?
Yeah.
Well, it's relative. It's fucking relative, Luke, and we fucking did this already episodes ago when I think we were doing dog breeds, and I fucking said, that relative to dogs, we have superpowers.
You did
remember?
Say that, I remember now, yeah.
Yeah. And I can't really remember the context of the bit. I think I talked about you going out with your son and massacring a bunch of dogs.
Yeah, I think that
and you being like some kind of supervillain. I don't really remember. It was in fact, it was 20 episodes ago.
My point being, all furries have superpowers. Oh my god.
All right, stop it. It's all relative. It's relative to turtles. Yes, being anthropomorphic is a superpower. Relative to us, it's not.
Thank you. Hold on. I'm going to get mad for a second.
God.
I found an article on GameSpot.com.
Yeah.
The 30 most useless superpowers ever.
Okay.
I'm going to get mad for a minute. So they list number 1, throwing playing cards super hard. That isn't Gambit's superpower.
Yeah.
Gambit's superpower is kinetic force manipulation. He just uses cards because they look cool.
Okay. Style.
Number 2
yeah.
is Squirrel Girl, who is famously
incredibly powerful.
Very powerful.
But what is their power? I always know that it's almost a meme, but like, what does Squirrel Girl do again?
They can control squirrels.
Is that literally it?
I think they have other stuff too.
I'm going to the Marvel wiki, Luke. I have to know.
But the thing is, anything that involves animal control, you're fucked, right? You just especially if it's something unless it's an endangered species. If you could control all ants, that's a lot of strength there. I could swarm any one person with 1,000,000 ants.
Yeah, I suppose so. There's a versatility there to an extent. I mean, you can't unless you can I don't know, build structures out of these ants, or to if you could make yourself a mech suit out of ants.
Mecha ants.
Yeah, it can only be so useful.
My mega
We've got to listen to the listeners, Luke. Otherwise, we're just going to dive into this weird.
No. All right. Okay. Let's go. All right. Okay. First response. Thank you, Alice, for writing in.
Yeah.
It's turning into animals. So anyway, as I was saying...
So Master Splinter. Okay. Yeah, right. Point taken.
Because here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Turning into animals obviously is a superpower.
Correct.
But it is pretty mundane, ultimately, right?
Yeah. Well, no.
'Cause, I mean,
not a human turning to animals. No.
Okay, yeah, that's not mundane, but
Not mundane.
you know, it's not like I can turn into a dragon. Like,
Fine,
I can just turn into an animal that exists.
Yeah, like a wolf or a bear or a,
Yeah, or like a hippo. Like,
yeah.
I'm just an animal now. And like, I guess if we're going with you still have human intellect.
Yeah, I hope it's not... Well, because a horse doesn't know how to change into a human. So, like, you would turn to a horse, and if you have horse...
Well, maybe they do, they just haven't tried.
That's the thing, because they don't think to try, because all horses are dumb. Like, no one's ever told them.
Okay, okay. Let's reverse it. Because I agree this is a superpower. I think it's a pretty good superpower. There's a lot of context in which, you could use it.
A lot with it.
What if there was a horse?
Yeah.
It had horse intelligence.
Yeah.
It could transform into any animal.
Yeah.
Including humans.
Yeah.
But it still had horse intelligence. Is that a superpower?
Yes.
Okay.
It's also a great comedy skit in the making. Like, because a lot of the time you wouldn't notice. Like, a horse turns into a cow and it's still got horse intelligence.
Yeah, it would just
Doesn't
be
matter.
a cow at that point.
A horse turns into bird.
That would be an interesting
That's funny.
situation.
Horse turns into human, and then there's your skit. The CGI budget goes on the cow and the bird, and then the rest of the movie is Jim Carrey pretending to be a horse.
Yeah. Okay.
Perfect. So, like, yeah, I think that is good. And another point that I was thinking as we were talking about that, do you get to choose? Okay, this is like, when people think of like fun technicalities that you can use, like how never choose flight as being a superpower, choose telekinesis, and then you can move yourself.
Yeah,
and that's flight. Turning into animals.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you get to choose the properties of the animal, or like a particular bear that you can turn into and look like a particular bear? If so, can you use this as human shapeshifting? Could I turn into a different human?
A different human.
Yeah, like, either non-specific or specific.
Because, it is weird, right? Because there's different words for it, right? Because, like, that would be... Shapeshifting is to refer to, like, animal...
Well, shapeshifting also includes, like, inanimate stuff as well. Like...
like, shapeshifted to a chair? Like, what?
Yeah.
I'm trying to... Okay, mimicry is what it's called on the powerlisting.fandom. And they have animal morphing is what they would refer to as... Okay, I think that's fair. It's just just many words.
But yeah, that would be useful. I think, on the whole, animal shapeshifting. I mean, good job.
Yeah, I like that one. Anyway, this one's from Fram. Thank you, Fram. It's making animals like you. Making cats like you, specifically.
Why did you read it one way and then change it?
Because I was thinking of the last response we had, okay?
Oh, okay. So making cats like you.
Now, I think making cats like you is just a waste of a superpower.
I think it is a superpower. Cats are full of hate.
I mean, yeah, but also, have you ever gone up to a cat with, like, a bit of fish?
I have not.
Because, like, they'll tolerate you at the very least.
Okay.
Like, don't get me wrong. The thing about making cats like you is it's not like you can't do anything with that, right? You can't,
Well, we can broaden this to be like, there's
cat
a lot of
manipulation.
Like, if people have seen the Suicide Squad, I think it's a spoiler, there's a character called Ratcatcher. Ratcatcher 2, specifically. Who can, they control rats and they get along with rats and rats do stuff. And, like,
now
so
that is a
superpower.
But that's not what Fran said.
Okay, what was the wording?
Control of rats, control of cats, is different from making cats like you. I can make people like me. Yeah. That doesn't mean they're gonna, like, go to war for me.
Well, clearly they don't like you enough.
I guess, if they liked me a lot,
then they would. That's the power. What's the extent? How far can you make cats like you? Can you make it so they, like, worship
like
you?
Enough that, they
so
would
you're their god?
You'd be like one of those people who tame crows and they just, like, go out into the wild and pick up, like, trinkets.
Did we speak about this on the podcast before?
It feels like something I've mentioned maybe 100 times. I don't know if it's ever been on podcast.
I think God only knows. But people, like, getting crows to do your bidding.
I love crows.
Yeah. So, like, crow manipulation, cats manipulation.
It feels like if you wanted to pick a useful animal as well. Not that cats aren't useful. I love cats.
They have their uses.
But, like, you could pick, like... I'm coming back to ants. I think control of ants is That's the best animal you could pick. There's millions of them everywhere.
Wait, so control of ants like Eric Darnell and Tim Johnson, the directors of the movie Ants, the 1998
I don't think they control.
Movie.
I think they were animated. I don't think they
reanimated.
I don't think it was like live action ants. Although that sounds sick. If we managed to somehow make some kind of ant-based film.
Well, if Disney bought the rights and did one of their classic like live action remakes, why bother? Why bother like CGIing it? Just
have a bunch of ants.
Yeah,
it's like the new Lion King movie, but
that's the point I was making. Yeah,
cat control.
That works.
Cat control, like Paw Patrol, but
Paw Patrol and cat control. Dog control, on the other hand, no. I don't want dog control.
The thing is, I don't want a power that's controlling animals.
I like how I said dog control. I was like, I don't want to control them. I want to let them keep their free will.
Yeah, exactly, right?
You can tell we're both dog people.
You comes to the same conclusion. The thing is, I wouldn't want to do that with any animal.
Yeah, really.
Even ants.
Except humans. Humans deserve it.
Human control is okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree.
I have no qualms mind controlling people. Isn't that right, Luke?
Yes, Harold.
Good bit. It's a bit,
next.
I promise. Yeah, go on, give us one more, Luke.
Please help. This one's from Chris. Thank you, Chris, for writing in.
Oh, no, it's him again. Okay, what we got?
Yeah, it's him again.
Right.
Teleportation.
Boring. Snooze.
Yeah, how does it feel, Harry, to know that your brother is the most boring man on the planet?
That's so boring, and so I'm sad that I'm related to this man. Maybe you can twist it to be one of the interesting ones. One of the simple ones that is actually...
The thing about teleportation is it's so easy to make it cool.
Yeah.
Because of it, right, instant teleportation, boring. Whatever. Yeah. Who cares?
Yeah.
Wormholes. Cool.
Okay, yeah, like portals and things
Portals.
Like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Like, ways to make specifically instant teleportation cool. Like in Dragon Ball Z,
yeah, they
can teleport. If you're really good at it and you train, you can teleport. But you can only teleport to other life signatures. And that's why, like, in those fights, they always end up, like, teleporting behind each other. And, like, you have to, like, hone in on people's ki. It's cool. Yeah, exactly. A different anime.
There you go.
But, like, yeah, there's cool teleportation. And then there's, like, I can teleport.
Yeah, I'm thinking like different specific ways you could make it cool. Like, could you teleport a bullet into someone's head? Is that an interesting application? Could you teleport things to you by like thinking about? Could you teleport a gun out of someone's hand into your hand?
That's cool. Yeah.
A lot of this is very overpowered. Like, I guess you have to learn.
Yeah, teleportation's pretty strong.
Every time you do it, you shit yourself, and if there's no shit to shit, you can't do
it. You've got to fill up on fucking Taco Bell
on laxatives, just to make it come easier. Maybe you could twist it into interesting things, but I think at face value it's just like flight or like
if it's just travel, like you can. There's more interesting travel.
Absolutely, like getting like teleporting your superhero team and getting the bus like quick and lift.
Yeah, exactly. That's cool.
That's what the people want.
The people that we really like honed in on being the most boring option.
Yeah. That's not interesting. So I don't know, man. That's not it for me. I guess you can twist it into interesting applications, but overall, whatever. Well, I guess that all being done and said,
it. End of episode. Thanks everyone for listening.
No, Luke. You forget. Have I done this bit before? With a bit where you pretend or I pretend that's the end of the episode?
We've probably done this 100 times.
We've done 29 episodes of this show.
The thing about this, Harry, is I actually have what's called post-cognition, in which and also I guess precognition. I have omni-cognition. Okay. I know the jokes we've made in every episode of Playing Favorites.
Yeah.
I know how many times we'll make this joke.
Well, Luke, that's the thing.
I know how many times we have made this joke.
No, Luke, okay, well, first of all, that's Playing Favorites man's superpower, is having infinite encyclopedic knowledge of Playing Favorites.
Playing Favorites episodes.
Playing Favorites man also kind of being a superhero, like,
I guess.
Or a supervillain.
I think
he's the villain of Playing Favorites.
The thing about Playing Favorites, man, is most of his power is having things.
Yeah, true.
Which is not... It's like Batman.
Yeah, all
he's
these different characters. Yeah, but look, when he sends his horde of dogs, or like when he brings down the wrath of the Greek deities, like
Okay, yeah.
You won't be saying that. You won't be saying
I'll
that
give
then.
you that one.
When he's competing in all 10 non-Olympic sports in our Playing Favourites Olympics. The man's an Olympian.
Right. Well, I don't think
than
Olympians have... Fuck you. Let's talk about our favourites.
Let's talk about our favourites, yeah. I thought I would have... I think I need... How decided are you?
Right. Mine is pretty decided, but I have an honourable mention.
Go ahead. Okay, we'll lead with you, and I think
Okay.
I'm locked in, but yeah.
I'll start with my honourable mention.
Okay.
Because my honourable mention... Why can I not say the word honourable?
Honourable. You haven't been able to do it for 29 episodes. I listened to the flashback.
Honourable. My honourable... It has a H at the start. My honourable...
Yeah.
Honourable mention.
Oh my god, yeah. Okay.
My honourable mention is gravity manipulation.
Okay, yeah.
As I spoke about earlier, I've grown a deep fondness for this kind of power now that I've kind of been toying around with it a lot. Because, like, genuinely, it's just one of those things that it can be really interesting. Because with gravity manipulation, you kind of get aspects of, like, time manipulation, right? Because, like, heavier amounts of gravity cause time to travel slower. So you can, like, freeze yourself in time using gravity.
Okay.
And shit like that just really interests me. And it's kind of... It has, like... I imagine that you could make, like, a really gritty... This is probably extremely boring for most people, but I love the idea of an extremely gritty comic based on a superhero who has gravity manipulation, and it's used in, like, realistic ways.
Yeah,
and he's, like...
the boy
he can,
style.
like, you know, manipulate stuff in kind of the universal field and shit like that, and has, like, time-based power, and I'm like, that sounds really fucking boring, but I'd love to read it.
Yeah, you could definitely do stuff with that, especially with the confliction between, like, because time is tied to gravity in a lot of fundamental ways in the universe, and so you could do the time things, like, they're sort of utilizing the time aspect of their powers, but that comes with consequences because of the massive gravity well they're now creating. And so that has the potential to destroy and to get messy, or maybe it's the other way around. They're trying to manipulate gravity on such a large scale that puts time out of sync in a place, you know, on a scale less than desirable. You know, singularity.
That's interesting.
You could do it. Yeah, I actually think that's a good honorable mention. I think that's a nice power. I see why you're throwing there.
Well, do you want to guess what my actual power is?
Your actual power is being One Punch Man.
You're gonna hate this.
Oh no, really?
Well, you're not gonna hate it. Well, you might hate it. We'll see.
Is it having no superpower?
My favourite superpower is confidence. No.
It's saying no to drugs.
No.
No, I don't know. Like, go on.
It's time manipulation.
Okay.
As a natural follow-up to gravity manipulation, I realised over the course of playing someone who could control gravity that, damn, I wish I could control time right now.
Yeah. Okay.
So many times I've been like, can I use gravity to travel back into... No, you can't, obviously. Like, that's not how that works.
Yeah.
I just want to be able to be like, alright, I'm in the past now. Now I'm, you know, it's the 1800s. Or, like, maybe, like, 2 seconds ago I said a really stupid thing.
So going back in time and going forward in time. And
oh, yeah, but also, like, maybe the ability to stop time and, you know, read a book.
Well, sell it to me. Sell it to me why this is cool.
The thing is, like, if you could control time, there is literally nothing you couldn't do, right? Because you have infinite time.
Okay,
and so long as it is possible, you can do it.
Thank you for the motivational message to our listeners.
The only limiting factor for most people is time.
Yeah.
Well, and, like, money. But if you could stop time, you could get infinite money pretty quick.
I suppose. Well, I don't know. Like, okay, can you move objects? Does the universe freeze in place except for you? And so, like...
Yeah, I hope not, because that would make things really... That would make it a useless superpower.
Especially with, like, all those air molecules that you have to push
you stop time and suddenly all air molecules are frozen.
You can't breathe or see.
Or move. Or light is frozen, so you can't see anything.
Like, there's a lot of... You know, assuming all that's taken care of.
Yeah, I mean, you could make it the worst superpower imaginable, especially if it's, you know, oh, you freeze time. You are also frozen. Time is now frozen forever.
True.
Dummy. Didn't think about that one.
Fucking idiot, yeah.
so long as we're not monkeys pouring the power, I think time manipulation is pretty much the most powerful power you could have that isn't literally like, I can kill God.
But here's the thing, like, you're not selling it to me. I asked you to sell it to me. Like,
What
why
do you
is
want
this
me
your
to
thing? Like,
you could do anything.
No, I know. I'm not saying sell it to me like I want to have it. I'm saying, like, what? Why is this good? Why is this intriguing? Why is this your favourite? Why is it not the most powerful? Not that. Like, what?
Well, I'm currently thinking of, like, if I had it, I would... I just like it, okay?
Because
Did that voice crack?
Luke, calm down. Luke, it's okay. Luke,
No,
stay with me.
Right. I think the thing is, right, I just really like the idea of having infinite time. Because I could stop time, I could read a book. It would be, in general, I think, pretty boring to read about a superhero who could stop time, right? Because most of their problems would be solved, not even instantaneously, like faster than instantaneous. Especially if they could go back in time, like literally go back before a problem ever arrived.
Yeah, and just solve it. Yeah.
But, like, for me, if I was to have a superpower, that's what I would want. I'd want to be able to, like, I could stop time, read a book. Stop time, watch a movie. Stop time, learn a new skill. Stop time, record this podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, actually, that probably wouldn't work. I could go back in time and make this episode better.
Yeah, well, I feel like you could steal all the jokes that I make that you like and just.
I could interrupt all your jokes.
Yeah, with a better punchline. Oh no, you could.
That'd be great. I would. Anytime you set up anything, stop time. Wait.
Craft a better punchline.
Craft the punchline.
And then
unpause time. Deliver it.
God.
I'll tell you, if I could control time, there's no way you're getting that Olympian joke in. That's mine. I'm nicking that one instantly.
This is where I go to listen to the footage and I'm like, I swear in another life, Luke didn't make all these incredible zingers.
It's the Mandela effect.
Yeah, and then it turns out Luke does have time manipulation. So,
yeah.
Okay, I guess now is the time where I'm supposed to decide, right? And I'm supposed to talk about my one?
I know that you were having trouble, but I would like it if you stopped that.
Well, that's the thing. This is the most on the fence I've ever been, I think.
Jesus. Okay.
Because I talked about, if this was favourite superhero, this would have been an easy one.
Oh, yeah, Daredevil.
Yeah, it would be Daredevil, but like his superpower on its own, enhanced senses, isn't, I don't think, compelling. It's the character and the nature of him being a superhero, yeah. And so it's not going to be that. Okay, I just need a moment to soul search. I'll cut this. Okay, just give me.
Ahead.
I'm just going to think. Okay, Luke.
Yeah?
I'm so happy now. Okay, it's changed. Originally, when I went and said the one I was half thinking and the one I thought I was going to go with was Luke Cage, bulletproof skin.
Bulletproof. Man.
Because he's super, it's kind of got that, a lot of the qualities we're talking about in that, like, okay, so there's his strength, there's his, his skin is bulletproof. Granted, in season 1 of his show, they do the whole thing where, like, they can shoot him, whatever, it's boring.
They get special bullets.
But, so, like, but there's a lot of interesting concepts with that. It's cool, for one, like, he's just a fucking brick shithouse and will smash through anything.
There's the bit when, like, a grenade goes off.
Yeah.
And he gets, like, a concussion.
What it is, he gets shotgunned in the face.
Yeah.
And it doesn't. He's completely fine, but he has a concussion because of the insides. Yeah, and like, so that is one way of damaging him, and that's creative. That's interesting. So that's almost what I went with. However, I'm flipping it over to something we discussed earlier, which is suggestion. Suggestion powers. Kilgrave from...
Right, you really weren't kidding when you said you don't have a problem with controlling humans.
Exactly.
You don't have a problem with it so much.
And I was thinking about it when I was in my mind palace a moment ago. I was thinking about I was like, thinking Kilgrave from Jessica Jones and how he'll say do this and you'll do it. You have to do it, and you can do it to a whole bunch of different creative contexts and things like that. And then I remembered a book that I read recently that's one of my favourite books. It's very good. And if people like superheroes and superpowers, it's definitely worth a read. It's called Vicious by an author called V. Schwab. And it's told in a non-linear way. Each chapter is hopping back and forth between 10 years ago, present day, whatever, different perspectives. It's really intriguing storytelling. And it's superheroes. It's like gritty, edgy superheroes.
Right.
And I don't know how much... okay, I'm not going to spoil anything, but I'm going to talk about the book. I'm going to spoil events in the book. I'm going to talk about characters and their powers. So if you're thinking of reading this book or that sounds intriguing, maybe just skip the rest of this episode. I don't know, skip a lot. But basically, there's the sort of villain character who starts off kind of good, but he's twisted and then he becomes bad. He gets into a relationship with this girl who has suggestion powers. And the reason this happens is because she's like a mutant or an inhuman, or they're called extraordinaries in this book. And he's hunting them down. He's hunting down these people, but she has suggestion powers. And so she says to him, "You're not going to kill me today." And she says that every day. She says to him,
no.
"You're not going to kill me today." And he can't do it. He can't really do it because she has.
Why wouldn't she say, like, "You're not going to kill me this lifetime"?
I don't know, mate. Look, I don't know. But the point is, shut up. I think she has fun with it though. She enjoys toying with it and enjoys the danger and is enjoying that. And the power and all like that.
Why not?
And so,
hold on, these two are in a relationship.
Yeah, so
I assume that's not the only thing she says to him. She probably says like.
Yeah, other things. Yeah, and they sort of come together, and he finds her useful in his goal, like to kill these kinds of people and stuff like that. But it's another great example of suggestion powers, and because it's a book, it's a narrative. It can explain thoughts and how it feels, and the way they write it is that like it feels like you've convinced yourself, like the thought is planted in your mind and it feels like you have to do it. Not because it's an alien thought that's put in your mind, because you just feel like you have to do it, whatever she has said. And therefore, if you want to do it, if it feels like you want to do it, why wouldn't you, right? Like, and so you can't fight it because it feels like your own intention, I think that's a really interesting take on it. It's another great, she's used really well in the book as a character. It's a great book. Kilgrave's great as a villain and in Jessica Jones the series, and he's a weird purple man in the comics. And I think it's a great, compelling power with lots of clever ways to beat it, clever ways to use it, interesting implications in narrative, moral questions, and things like that. How it's implemented. There's so many. All of these elements are so fascinating to sink your teeth into. But I think you'd really enjoy the book, Vicious. As an aside,
possibly, yeah.
Yeah, but
I hate books.
There you go. Luke hates books. So yeah, I don't know, man.
If I could stop time, I'd stop time and read this book.
Perfect. Thoughts on suggestion as a superpower?
It's one of those superpowers that I agree is pretty cool, but also you could if I knew someone and they were like, like let's imagine we live in a superpowered society.
Yeah,
we live in a society.
Yeah.
You could never be friends with anyone who had suggestion powers. Because if you knew they had suggestion powers, you would constantly in the back of your mind be like, do I want to do that? Or have they just convinced me that that's what I want to do? Or, maybe you just wouldn't even know. Maybe you would never
that's what
know
I'm thinking.
That is even more fucked up. I don't want to do that to someone. I don't want to be the suggester.
I don't know. You're framing this like I'm saying I want suggestion powers, or like.
I know you're not saying that. But I'm just saying.
I feel like we're taking two different approaches to this episode.
It's just so villainous, It's such a. To be fair, there's a character in My Hero Academia who has like mind control powers, and his whole character arc is the fact that literally everyone is like, "You should definitely be a villain," and he's like, "Nah, I like doing good."
Yeah, I think there's great potential in a person with suggestion powers who is really genuinely trying to be good.
Yeah.
But they just can't escape it.
I do like that.
Make it Kilgrave style, where it's not like an on and off kind of thing. It's not like,
just whatever they say, yeah.
Yeah, and so sometimes they'll accidentally put it in the middle of a sentence.
What's the one in season 1 of Jessica Jones where Kilgrave said, like, he's talking about something that happened in the past, and he told a group of people, it's go fuck yourself. He's like,
Yeah, that's fine.
I didn't want to.
Yeah.
But that happened.
Good stuff. Anyway.
Good choices.
Leave a 5-star review of Playing Favourites.
That'll get them.
Anyway, I guess we should probably wrap up there, right?
That's the end of the episode.
Perfect.
Hard cut.
Yeah, I hope everyone's enjoyed episode 29 of Playing Favourites.
I'm going to stop. Time stop.
No, Luke, we have to finish. The episode has to end.
No, you're stopped in time. You can't talk, Harry. Thank you. Okay, well, now that I have your full attention, because for me, time stopped, but I'm still recording, so my computer isn't stopped either, I guess. But I'm doing the outro now. And oh shit, what does he usually say? You should leave a 5-star review. He already said that. Follow us on Twitter, @PlayFavorites. Ah, shit, I'm gonna need to unfreeze time, because I don't remember the other stuff he says. And so Harry won't know I've said all this, because I've stopped time, you see. So before I unfreeze time, I'm gonna let you guys all know, that, thanks for listening. I hope you've had a nice time listening to this episode. And I hope you really liked my joke about Olympians earlier on. I thought it was really funny, and I'm glad that I said that joke, and not Harry. Anyway, I'm unfreezing time now.
It's been all about superpowers and stuff. That's intriguing. We did all kinds of lists. Wait, Luke, why are we 3 minutes in the future?
Shut up.
Yeah, you can tweet in @PlayFavorites. We are on Twitter. We tweet out every time we're doing an episode. And if you give us your opinion, give us your favourite, you could potentially be featured on the show, like some people have been today. It's very exciting. That's your superpower, being featured on Playing Favourites.
That is not ideal.
That's not a superpower. That's a curse. It will follow you for the rest of your life. Yeah, and you can also email in playingfavouritespodcast@gmail.com. Email them with whatever you like. Things about our little fun team. We didn't come up with a name for Omni-Smart, Miss Robot, Heads to Tails,
shit, they should be
Dream,
called
and Quick Lift.
The Power 5. Wait,
Power
that's a
5.
thing from Magic.
Okay.
It's the Power 9.
Maybe the favourites.
That's a good one.
That's
I
good.
do like that.
The favourites. Yeah. I think that's perfect. Anything to do with the favourites, you can email us about that, as well as your favourite superpower, suggestions for future episodes, anything you like. Get in contact.
Yeah.
Playingfavouritespodcast@gmail.com.
All right.
It's a musical. But yeah, that's it, everyone. Thank you. Luke, any final thoughts on superpowers?
Time stop.